Australia. Don't rate this offer and soon. Go to omahasteaks.com, type plant in the search bar. You send the Omaha Steaks family gift package today. Send a whole bunch of them. Great stuff. So Kamala Harris, top 8, resigned yesterday. Oh, we didn't know anything about it. Oh, you didn't know anything about the $400,000 settlement in your office of one of your top staffers, where the abuse went on for years. She was the Attorney General, just like Keith Ellison is going to be, in Minnesota after beating those 2 women. And they had Michael Antonetti running for president after beating that woman. Pound me to my rumpus.
I believe her. She's just putting herself out there. She's not in the game.
There's only one Chris Platt. The Chris Platt Show. If you're like most people and you see 2 gas stations and one sells gas for a little less, you go to that one. It makes sense. Every little bit helps. But here's what's weird, though. Sometimes we save a few cents here and there and ignore opportunities to save huge money, life-changing money. If you switch to Medishare for your health care, it could be a massive savings for a family of $500 a month. Think about what you could do with that. Over time, just do the math. That's $6,000 a year. That's real money. And yes, people love it, and they love it because it works. It's believers who share each other's health care costs. More than 400,000 people are now members of Medishare, and it's growing like crazy. Find out how much you could save and why Medishare is so popular. Just go to Medishare.com or call 855-40-FIGHT. That's 855-40-FIGHT. Medishare.com or 855-40-FIGHT. Gold on food volume fixers out there. Fixers of wobbly chairs, squeaky stairs, drippy faucets. Folks who can fix just about anything, except dry, cracked hands. Oh, that's bad. Man. Say hello to Gold Bond's Cracked Skin Cream. More than a lotion, it precisely fills, soothes, and protects rough, cracked fingers and knuckles. 91% say cracked skin felt smoother in one day. Yep, feeling good. Gold Bond Cracked Skin Cream. Find it in First Aid at CVS. The national debt is now over $20 trillion. What happens next? Rising inflation drops in the dollar's value. Some experts say another crash is coming. You can fight this, not with stocks or bonds, but with gold and silver coins in an IRA from Augusta Precious Metals. Call 855-858-5807 and learn how an IRA backs precious metals. Call Augusta Precious Metals right now. 855-858-5807 and get a free gold IRA guide. Call 855-858-5807. The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
I had a lot of credit card debt, and I couldn't pay my bills. I was so bad. I got to the point where I needed some help. So I reached out and contacted Trinity.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-383-0687 to talk to a certified counselor.
They were able to take all of my different payments and put them all together.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy to manage monthly payment. Put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
And they were actually able to work with my creditors. I've been able to pay off close to $15,000 in the last 18 months.
If your debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-383-0687.
My name is Stephanie, and I'm debt-free for peace.
1-800-383-0687.
We're talking with Emmanuel Katetchis, a mortgage expert from United Mortgage. Tell me about your program.
There are many new products announced to help home buyers getting into homes with extremely low
against the big credit card companies. Call 1-800-400-6805. Debt Zero negotiates directly with creditors to drastically reduce credit card debt. In fact, they'll even give you a free estimate on how much money they could save you. So you've got nothing to lose except your debt. If you need to be saved from debt, you need the Debt Zero hotline. Call 1-800-400-6805. Debt Zero. Only those next to zero. 1-800-400-6805.
My wife Melissa has lived on the world since 1997 with a original love song that I wrote entitled All Ingredients, taking inspiration from the heroes who risked everything on 9/11. I recorded my song to inspire people to never give up on their dreams or love. Donations for my 9/11 charity can be made through the Tuesday Children website. It's my wish that the song's melody plays AuditionForYou.com or donate to TuesdayChildren.org. Beaner Audi is once again the Eastern region's #1 Audi dealer. Beaner has again been awarded the prestigious 5-star Audi Award and is the only area dealer in Audi's unique Magna Society. So why is it that Beaner Audi is so much more celebrated and respected than other Audi dealers? Here's a better question. Does it really matter why? Get the most from your Audi experience. Visit Beaner Audi, Northern Illinois Greenback, or online.
At 11:28. Together on the 8th, and Jim Feldman.
On the northbound Garden State Parkway in Newark, north of exit 144, an accident just happened. 2 right lanes are blocked with that traffic almost out to 78. And very slow on the southbound western spur between Route 3 and interchange 15W, and westbound on 80 by exit 43 for 287. Construction there, and that's causing some slowdowns as well. You're pretty good on the Stafford Bridge. You're pretty slow in the center on the southbound Rockville Parkway construction at Yonkers Avenue. Parkway and the lake start southbound on the Hutch of Forest County, go to 3rd Street and Pelham. That's daily construction. On the northbound side of the Hutch at 3rd Street, you've got construction in Noyes going back to the Bronx. And very slow on the eastbound side of 287 between Wilma Avenue on that ramp to the New England Thruway. Now forecast from the WCBS Weather Center.
We are seeing some clouds still, and there's a clipper on the way. Now, what does that mean? That means if there's a moisture in the atmosphere, it's going to fall in the form of snow. The dew points are still running pretty low, so we don't anticipate any kind of a repeat like we saw to the south. Here's the straight short. No short to be ruled out. Only 36 children right now are in 25 and 31. Even colder. We expect not to valley. I say a 40 won't feel like it. 30 tomorrow, 35 Saturday. From CBS News,
CBS News Time, 11:30. More than just the headlines. This is WCBS News Radio 880. The Dow is down 759 points as the numbers continue to take a tumble on Wall Street. The decline is believed to be due to trade uncertainty. A final funeral service held today for former President George H.W. Bush in Houston. He will be buried later today beside his wife Barbara at his presidential library at Texas A&M University. A woman and 12-year-old girl are wounded as police and a gunman exchange fire in the Bronx. In sports, Thursday football, the Titans host the Jaguars. Fair and 35 degrees on Thursday, December 6, 2018. Good morning, I'm Pat Farney. It's 11:31. CBS News special from North Africa. News on 11:01. From the Ram Plus, got the Senator Town Stewart. Probably some on 103.3 on very happy.
sunshine through the weekend. We're locked in this cold weather pattern through next week. This is your another 77 WC where New York comes to talk.
Traffic is sponsored by Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. Call 877 Cars for Kids or donate online at carsforkids.com.
That's a good-looking truck. You obviously take care of it, right, Theodore? 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Good to meet you. How much will it carry? It'll hold a volume of 7 pickup trucks. I hope you have more than one. See that office building? Just bought it. Everything in it goes. All you have to do is point. Wow. Would you look at that? At what? Behind you. There's a whole fleet of those trucks. And they're headed this way. It's a big building. Are you headed to lunch? As a matter of fact, I was. That building will be empty by the time you get back. But I need you to do me a favor. Anything. Point at it for me. Have a good lunch, sir. You guys are awesome. When you want junk to disappear, all you have to do is point. Commercial jobs and construction projects don't scare us a bit. We work until midnight, 7 days a week. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com. The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I haven't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they resolved over $500 million for their clients.
Optima Tax Relief helped me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and they can live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you are the IRS, don't go alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-559-8226. 800-559-8226. 800-559-8226. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com. Enable Alexa and ask to open 77 WABC on Alexa devices now.
Do it now. And don't miss a thing. 77 WABC. Now on Echo devices.
Now, Neil deGrasse Tyson is, one of the famous things, you start to Google his name, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and the Google people have it auto-filled for you. Neil deGrasse Tyson is smarter than you are. That's what auto-fills, because they're very impressed with this guy, because he's a liberal. Now, he is also a sleazebag, apparently. You got to believe the women, right? I'm going by the Brett Kavanaugh standard. Any woman makes an accusation, and the future is female, according to just in kilograms, and not male. Ipso facto, not male. And that's okay, because they're lefties, and they're unhinged. They really, even the seemingly normal ones, like this one, are just nuts. They're nuts. And Al Gore, Chakra, come on. Chaka Khan, don't you release me, Chakra Khan. And it just doesn't even affect him. Doesn't affect his life. But this Neil deGrasse Tyson guy is the hero of the left. He's kind of like the black Bill Nye, the engineering guy. Bill Nye he got a 4-year degree in engineering. He got a TV show telling children about science, and now the news media treats him like he's Albert Einstein. The guy's a left-wing political mouthpiece. He's a hack. He's not particularly bright from what I've seen, but he did have a children's show at one point, so, I never turned to Fred Rogers for my information on quantum physics. But that said, the left does turn to Neil deGrasse Tyson for their information on quantum physics. And I was talking about the other day, he has been caught, making up a number of quotes, phrases that he has misrepresented or falsely represented. I can say that. He made up a quote that George W. Bush allegedly said about Muslims, and it's a lie. He didn't say anything of the kind. Neil deGrasse Tyson lied about it. He lied repeatedly. He uses this in his slideshow at public speeches where they pay him tens of thousands of dollars so they can ooh and ah and say, are you black? Are you a physicist? Oh. And they're very excited about it. And that's why if he was white, they wouldn't care about him. They're racist. It's like, yeah, okay, you're black, you can write the subway free reparation system. We're going to have to put ramps. It might violate the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, if you just let able-bodied young black males jump the turnstiles at the metro. But that'll be okay with Democrats, too. You're going to have to put ramps there so young black men in wheelchairs can jump them or something like that. Racist. They're all racist. Everything's racist. And their love of Neil deGrasse Tyson is racist. It is. It's one form of racism. It's the soft bigotry of low expectations. He made up a quote from a member of Congress that a member of Congress never said. He made up a quote from George W. Bush that George W. Bush never said. He made up a headline from a newspaper that a headline never said, that a newspaper never said. And now, and he's been accused repeatedly now of sexually inappropriate behavior, like Mark Halperin or the list is Where in the World is Matt Lauer, and of course the president of CBS, Les Moonves, but I'll get to that in just a moment too. A fourth woman accuses Neil deGrasse Tyson of sexual misconduct. There were at least 3 accusing Al Gore a number of years ago, several years ago, and it washes off when you're a Democrat. 3 women have already publicly accused Neil deGrasse Tyson of sexual misconduct, one of them alleging she was raped by the celebrity scientist. Those words really shouldn't go together. I mean, did he crack the genetic code, or did he do something spectacular? Time-space continuum explained? No, nothing of the kind. He's just an academic. One of them alleging that she was raped by the celebrity scientist when they both attended the University of Texas at Austin. Now, a new investigative report from BuzzFeed. You notice it's not from Ronan Farrow at the New Yorker or from the New York Times, because they're not in the business of going after Democrat Party heroes. From BuzzFeed contains allegations from a fourth woman. The new accuser remains anonymous, but according to BuzzFeed, quote, she joined her then-boyfriend at a holiday party for employees of the American Museum of Natural History, that's in New York City, which took place in 2010. Tyson, its most famous employee, the quotes continue, drunkenly approached her and said, making sexual jokes and propositioning her to join him alone in his office. In a 2014 email shared with BuzzFeed News, she described the incident to her own employer in order to shoot down a proposed collaboration with Tyson. The new report comes after nearly 3-year investigative effort, during which time BuzzFeed News spoke to more than 30 people for the story, including the alleged victims and their families. They've already got more proof than they had against Brett Kavanaugh for anything, and look at the way that they crucified Brett Kavanaugh. And by the way, and Kamala Harris has got one. He resigned yesterday, senior staffer, $400,000 settlement. She's stonewalling, and the news media isn't pursuing it because it's not the business they're in. They're in the Democrat Party business. That's what they do. That's who they are. They interviewed more than 30 people for this story, including the alleged victims and their families. Cosmos, the TV show that he was given, it used to be, billions and billions, and now it's Neil deGrasse Tyson. They interviewed the families, the women, Cosmos crew members, and graduate students and professors who were at the University of Texas at Austin 30 years ago. 30 years ago? Well, that's okay. What was going on with Brett Kavanaugh was 40-something years ago. Fox News Broadcasting Company and National Geographic, which worked together to produce Cosmos, opened up an investigation into the claims against Tyson. And the new anonymous accuser says she was prompted to come forward with her story following the official actions. Okay? This is them. This is what they do. Also, and I mentioned it yesterday, but I was only here a brief time yesterday. I had to dash off to the funeral of the president. CBS employee was on call to perform oral sex on CEO Les Moonves, the Daily Caller writes. An explosive new report. They just want his chakra released. It's just like Al Gore and Bill Clinton and Anthony Weiner and Elliot Spitzer and John Edwards and I haven't even started mentioning the news media people, but here's Les Moonves and Where in the World is Matt Lauer and whatever happened to Mark Halperin and Charlie Rose, the Krusty Paw. He's the Krusty Paw. And he worked for Les Moonves at CBS, the Krusty Paw did. That's right. They had the CEO, Les Moonves, who's married to Julie Chen, the morning anchor. He had an employee on call to perform oral sex on demand on him. And then he's accused of lying to investigators, too, because, you know, why wouldn't you lie to investigators if these were your habits? It may cost him more than $100 million in retirement, and then his pretty young wife, Julie Chen, will leave him and sue him for the whatever $100 million they already have and all that good stuff. They are crazy, crazy people. All right, let's Joy Behar. This Joy Behar story. This woman, she's kind of a typical liberal too, isn't she? See that audio of her yelling at Meghan McCain? Joy Behar reportedly loses it off air, threatens to quit over Meghan McCain. Get this beef under control, the B word. You know, it's, again, if Dick Cheney had this release my chakra thing, if Mike Pence had this release my chakra thing, that'd be a big deal. If Donald Trump said, get this B word under control, because she's not president of the United States. What the public saw Monday when The View co-host Joy Behar and Meghan McCain sparred on air before, and it was before the fellow host threw the show to commercial, was only part of what really happened. My God, get this beef under control! Joy Behar shrieked in a fury after the show went to commercial, according to an inside source who spoke with the Daily Mail. If this beef doesn't stop, I'm quitting this damn show. I can't take this much more. They had this little exchange.